Hey, this is Jay Skinner, and you are on the pre-show of the Buyers and Sellers Show. So just stick around. We start at 10:35, but I always come on early and play a little bit, have some fun here. Hey, I'm Jay Skinner. You're on the pre-show of the Buyers and Sellers Show. Today, we're going to talk about that specific list of how to renew, restart, reinvent, rebuild, get started. What are you going to do? If you're sitting there wondering, which many of you are, I'm going to give you some things to do that's going to get you on the road. That's not just me telling you how to do it, but it's what I've done for myself successfully, and great things have happened as a result. Welcome to the Buyers and Sellers Show. And we're live. Hey, I'm Jay Skinner, and I'm so glad that you've made it here today to the Buyers and Sellers Show with me. We're going to get into some really cool stuff that has to do with reinvent, restart, and rebuild, and what you can do. And not just telling you what to do or how to do it, I'm telling you what I've done for myself. And, in this period of time, we have a short period of time this morning. I'm going to give you some really solid things. But if you want some more information, I'm going to tell you also how we're going to have a live, longer class available to you a week from today at 1:30 in the afternoon on a Facebook channel that you can sign up for. So let's just get started. I want to remind you, of course, that you can always find me at pdtassociates.com. You might also know it as at thejskinner.com or theceoextender.com or theplasticpalletguy.com. A lot of things. It's really good. And you can get there. You can see testimonials. You can see pictures of pallets. You can see the whole host of things that I do, and of course, ways to get in touch. The idea, the specific to-do list on how to get your reinvent, restart, and rebuild going is very important, very valuable. And as we're broadcasting now across Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and Twitter, we're catching some people that are going, well, what can I do? How can I get better at this? What do I need to do? I have had someone say to me before, Jay, just tell me what to do. I get it. And that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to give you a list of things and you can see what you think. And if you love it, then we want you to do it. Do it. See what you think. Let me know. It will make sense to you. Number one, I would say it's possible that you need to make money now. You need to pay some bills. And this is the real world approach. And what I need you to do is to write down for yourself specifically what you want to happen near term, and then be thinking in terms of a little longer terms. But prior to doing that, I want you to write down all your bills. What is your quote nut to crack? What do you have that you need to, how many dollars a month do you need to make in order to pay all your bills and take care of your expenses and what you are responsible for? You need to know that. because that gives you some sort of a financial target. And it will also maybe be a relief to you to know, well, it's not as bad as you thought. Or if it is, whatever it is, at least it gives you the target and helps you understand. So you know if you're making this much, then you're ahead of the game. If you're making this much, then it's, oops, not so great. Whatever it is, at least you know. Because it's like being in, uh, you know, a state of bliss because you don't really know what's going on. That's not a really good place to be. And in case you don't know it, if you're not making enough money long enough, it's a real problem. And when that gets to that point, if you wait too long, then what? So let's understand what the nut is that you need to crack. Then then you specifically are writing down plans and ideas of what it could look like for you going forward to actually, make some headway. And while we're talking here, I do want you to comment, and I'm going to post up something here. This is just my website, vjskinner.com. I want to not put it in here in the comments, and I want you to feel free. Please jump into the comments and say something if you have a specific question. And just remember that a week from today at 1:30 in the afternoon, I have a class available, and I'm going to show you the link for that a little bit later, that you could join me to get even more in depth on this topic. But I'm giving you, if you just take what we got here, you got plenty. You got plenty. Now, I want you to put yourself in a position to get a gig. That sounds like musician talk, doesn't it? But it could be whatever you do. Um, and if you're self-employed and you're working on that thing, then you know that works. If you're saying, well, I just want to be employed, I'm a purchasing manager, I'm a industrial sales guy, I'm whatever it is that you like to do or you know how to do. Um, but you know that that's what you want to do. You need to put yourself in a position where people can find you. And we say, you sign up on all the resume sites. And then if there's agencies that typically called you to do things what you do, or other associations or places that in the past were successful for you, re-up those relationships, re-up those accounts, make sure they know you're alive and well and out here ready to take on the day. And I will tell you that right now the websites for resumes are fantastic. um, some of them, as I remember, Career Builder, and there's many others out there, and you just type it right in. Let's just Google that for a minute and see what we got. That will be kind of fun. I'm going to show you on the share site here. I share this screen, and there we go. And then we're going to do like this. Look at that. There we go. This should work. Good. And I put the screen up there. You can add it to the stream. You can see right now. So if you're looking for a job, and I'll tell you, even if you're independently seeking gigs independently with business people, it's not bad to put yourself up on these, because you can get found and you can have some conversations with people about what you do, even if you're working independently like I do with business owners. But let's just go here to Google for a minute. .com. Boom. Okay. And then we're going to do employment. Opportunities. Let's see what that says. Let's see what that brings me. Right up here. There's Career Builder. I mentioned that earlier. How about that? And then what else have we got? Indeed.com. Hey, I know Indeed's pretty cool. How about that? Monster's still out there. USA Jobs. Notice, and you get into these and you sign up, And then all sorts of things begin to happen in terms of emails to you with these opportunities. So I just can't tell you how important it is to get signed up on those and stay up on it. Stay up on your emails and make sure you're using an email that you check regularly. Now, what else are we going to do here? You're putting yourself in a position to be called. Turn on your website. I mentioned earlier, I got one here. It's called djskinner.com. Boom, boom. There we go. I click on that. I'll just show that to you in case you haven't been there before. And you turn on your website, and right here is my website. When I do DJ Skinner, it goes to my testimonials page. And these are testimonials from customers and friends and people that I've worked with, and it starts out with videos, and I'm getting ready to add some more. And then there's more comments from customers all around the world from many years talking about my work with them. And then it talks about the businesses I do. Look, all you got to do is get your name on, go to GoDaddy.com and get a website going, and it's very inexpensive to do your own website. And it's easy, and you can learn while you're doing it. And then, of course, I have a homepage. So a lot of different things going on here on my web page. But I'm telling you, it all just starts with going to GoDaddy and buying a URL, which is, all of about $20 a year, and then getting on board with their website builder, which isn't very expensive either, and getting something started. That will help you get out there. And if you have that all set up and it's just turned off, time to turn it back on. Now, so you're trying to put yourself in a position to be found. You want to look good on all your online appearances. That means when you have a GoToMeeting or a Zoom call or something like that, a conference call with somebody, show up with a great background, look good, have your hair combed. It's like, I suggest that you also be sure you wear pants in case you got to jump up and go somewhere, and look good. I mean, this is a TV show, not just what I'm doing here. This is a TV show for you. And so look good when you're talking to people. And then you want to let all your past contacts know you're up and going, and update your social media and resume. And we'll tell you in that area, your social media is huge. And it's like, it should be more like a advertisement than a resume, especially like LinkedIn, for instance. And then if you're looking here, I'll give you a little shot of what I'm doing over here. Is I'm going to go to my my business site, boom, like this, and hit that. There we go. Jay Skinner. I'm going to go to my business profile, and I'll turn it on here. Pages and profiles. See all the profiles. There we go. Great. Now look at this as an example. This is Facebook, PDT Associates, and then on here we've got my videos, and right here, this right here, watch now. This is what we're doing right now. And I know that it's not ended. Well, no, I'll take that back. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is there. That's a little weird. I haven't ended, so we're still here. We're in the reinvent restart mode. Let's go down here. Other posts. There I am. Yeah, that's it. We're not ended. Anyway, that post can be pinned to the top of the thing, and you can see that I'm going to pin it to the top so I find it next time. I always try to pin my last show, but this is the show going on right here. It's delayed, 10 or 15 seconds. But then what about LinkedIn? Let's look at that. What do you got? Is your LinkedIn looking like an advertisement or a, let's see, here we go. LinkedIn. Let's see if I can get in here. Boom, 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 boom. There. See if this logs me in real quick. Some of you already know my LinkedIn thing. I just want you to take a look here, though. Is I go to my home page. there's this, and then when you look me up, you get this, and this looks more like an advertisement than it does anything else. And there it says I'm live right now. Look at that. How about that? I'm going to make sure I'm not echoing. And uh, you should do that for yourself. There's no reason to make it look like some boring uh, resume or something. Just put in there what you do and you're excited about life and things, and make it something special. Okay, so this is, you build up to it. It doesn't happen overnight, but you got to start somewhere. That's why I'm giving you this list of things to do. So you said you're putting yourself in a position to be found. Okay. And then you look good on all your media and online appearances. You let your past contacts know where you are. You update your social media and your resume. Now what? After talking to people, or when you're talking to people, that's the thing, is avoid those long, drawn out, sorry, sad sack conversations about what all happened that put you in the position to be, like out of touch for the last 10 years or 15 years or 5 years or 2 years or 3 months. I don't care what it is. When you're talking to your people, as interested as they may sound, yes, some of your closest friends are very interested in that. And this is not that conversation, but it's those people that you're trying to contact and renew a business relationship with, and you can serve them, and you're alive and well, and things are going. So please avoid that sad sack conversation where you spend 15 minutes or 10 minutes or even 5 minutes explaining all the bad things that happened to you. And then you finally got it together, and now here you are again. Everybody just doesn't want to hear that. They haven't got time. But if they are interested, if you're calling them, they answer the phone. And if they answer the phone, then they want to know what's going on. And then you want to make sure it's not the last time they answer the phone when you call them. So here's something. I'm doing great, thanks. That's why I'm turning it all on again. So he said, I had some health problems, got through that, raised my kids, good things are happening there. And I'm turning things back on again. I just thought about you. So that's why I wanted to call. That's it. No big sad sack story about how many times you were in the hospital, how sick you got, and how you almost died. It's like, that's not what they want to hear. They want to hear that you're okay and you're ready to go. And so I suggest that that's what you talk about with people. And I would say, as you are trying to become a magnet for opportunities, and particularly for what you want, there's a really great show that I did with Jim Cathcart. He's a very famous speaker, and he was on my show a month or so ago, and it's like a legend in this business. And there's the right there. There's the link, but you can't click on it. So I'm going to put it in comments. And for those of you that are able to catch these comments from me, which some of you can, I'm throwing it up there, and then you can see it there, and it would actually be available to you to click on. But if you go to my list of shows, look for Jim Cathcart. That would be motivational and helpful. And you can see, if depending on what show you're watching, what channel you're watching, you'll spot what I just put up there. Okay. So now let's go to click off of that for a minute, and let's go back to the next one. Is number 6. Read Jeffrey Gitomer's little green book of getting what you want, getting your way. Here we go. See it right there. And and if you're interested in this, there's probably still a couple spots left. He's doing a big training at his resort in Wild Dunes, South Carolina, October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And I'll be there with 3 of my friends, 3 guys in sales, 2 guys from packaging systems, and then 1 guy that I met here in Indianapolis. And we got a big condo, and we're just going to stay in it right there on the property. And we're going to immerse ourselves in learning Jeffrey Gitomer's assertive sales method with his wife, Jen Gittimer. It's going to be fantastic. Opportunity of a lifetime for anybody that wants to come there and also be certified by Jeffrey Gittimer in the assertive selling method. Gittimer certification will go a long way. If you're looking for a job, you say you're Gittimer certified and you're looking for a sales job. That will mean a lot to your employer as well. So anyway, if you want to know more about that, let me know. Or you can just go Gittimer Training /certify. Gittimer Training /certify. But read his book, The Little Green Book of Getting Your Way. It will help you get, I don't know, enthused, excited, and give you very specific ideas again about getting out there in a way that you can, get found and good things can happen. Number 7, answer your phone like you're ready for some action. And you have a voicemail message that sounds like you're in business. So, it's like, I don't know how many times I'll dial a phone number and someone will answer the telephone like, hello. What? It's like, mine is, if you call me, it's going to be, hey, this is Jay Skinner. How can I help you? Boom, that's me. This is Jay Skinner. How can I help you? Every time. If I know who it's on the phone, I say, Jim, so glad you called me. Why? Now he knows he's in my phone. That's cool. Try calling me, see how I answer. And if you don't get me, you should think about what your message sounds like. Hey, this is Jay Skinner. Leave me a message. I'll call you right back. I'm here. Or you have a fun one. If you do something that's funny and memorable, that's really good. And be creative with it, but make it something that sounds good. And then the same thing goes when you leave messages. Leave a message that sounds like a good advertisement that's short, sweet, and gets people to call you back. Number 8, ready? Be sure your business cards are refreshed and smart. Can I give you an example here? I'm not going to show you someone's bad business card. I'll just show you my good business cards. Here's one of them. Jay Skinner, theplasticpalletguy.com. See that? There's no. And then on the back is some additional information. I'm using some color. There you go. There we go. Here I am. TheCEOExtender.com. There you go. It's okay to have multiple business cards if you got multiple businesses, and make sure that the information is what you find yourself given when you hand someone your card. For the longest time, I would hand them my old boring card, and then I'd say, hey, be sure and catch my show on every Friday and this and that. And I'd mention things about my business that weren't on the card. Well, that was silly. So what I did is I made my card say, check out my weekly show, which is what I always said when I handed the card. And when people get this, what do they see? This pretty color. And they go, wow, that's nice. Wow, got my picture. Make sure you get your picture on there. And then some people say, hey, that's really you. They'll say, so many guys will use like a picture that's 25 years old, They're like, yeah, I know. No, I keep my picture up to date. I want people to recognize me when I walk in. And you can change your cards. It's easy. Go down to FedEx, Kinko's. Used to be Kinko's. Go to FedEx Printing. You can do it online. It's cheap. It's fun. It's easy. And it's professional. How about this? One at a time, call your old customers and let them know you loved working for them and that you have an idea for the next time. Now, it might even work with some old employers. I mean, if you call some old employers that you did well and you left them and stuff, you may want to have another conversation with them. So let them know what you're up to. Stay positive and happy. You'll have some conversations that may re-up something. It could be very encouraging to you. And they may say, hey, I don't need anybody right now, but if you call this person, they're hiring, they're interested. Or at the same time, depending on what you're doing, you may just drop right into something cool. You never know. Let's see if I got some comments there. And it's like, oh, there we go. Sharon Skinner Hoffmeister. There you go. That's the Sharon SharonHoffmeister.com, and she says, "Good morning, 1078." And that is code for she has gone live for her business 1078 consecutive days as of today. Never missed a day, never missed a holiday. She was on all the time, every day for the last 1078 days. Congratulations, Sharon. Thanks for checking in. And if you want to know more about Sharon and what she does, look up thesharonhoffmeister.com. Great, Sharon. Thanks for letting me know. That's cool. So you call in your old customers and you never know what will come up, in the conversation. That's another way to restart things. And then this part will end up being really so valuable. Those one-on-one talks, they could change your life. It'll just stir up old feelings and present new opportunities. And that's what you want to do. Now, think about what we've talked about here so far. Just remember, in a minute, I'll give you the link if you want to get more in depth, because you can tell time goes fast. And I'm going to do an hour plus a week from today online that you can join if you want to get more in depth, ask some questions, and I will go through all these points and then some to get even more in depth. But what we're saying here is that it just takes too much time for the half-hour buyers and sellers show, This, in this case right here, you do these things, you're doing great. But I will develop a lot of these areas, give you more specific instructions on how to do things. Technically, the nuts and bolts of it, especially. But what we're talking about here is, I call it hunting and trapping all at once. So when you're getting yourself positioned to be found and to do things, you got two things you're doing. You put yourself out there in a way that you can be found. And that's akin to traps. A trapper will go out and he'll set all the traps, and then he'll go sit in a lodge and relax and drink a Coke in front of the fire, and he'll hear bing, and he'll hear bing, and he'll hear bing, and the trap's going off. He gets done with his Coke, puts his Coke, and he puts his coat back on, and he goes out there and he collects whatever it is what he was trapping. And that's one way. It's where they kind of came to him. He set the traps, he put it in a position where he could be found, and things began to happen. He was attracted it. Then there's the hunter, where you know specifically who you want to talk to and what's going on in that area, and you go out there with a rifle shot and specifically, so you say, target the individual that you want to talk to about a specific idea that you've got for them. And that's another way. And you combine the two. Give yourself the best possible chance of connecting. I've always said, and I don't know, maybe Zig Ziglar said it to begin with. I don't know where it came from, but if you want to sell in volume, you need to prospect in volume, you need to present in volume. But I will say that in the course of that, it needs to be qualified and make sense. And I'm not just talking about throwing stuff up against the wall. It needs to make good sense, because you want to create an attractive situation about and around yourself so people will want to work with you and they'll be excited about that idea. Well, look, we got another comment here. Let's see what's going on. There we go. Gregory Sneak, good morning. Thanks for coming, Greg. I'm so glad you showed up. Appreciate it. Number 10, do it. What's the alternative? Do it. You go back to some of my broadcasts, you'll see me talking about doing it. It's time to get up, get going, and make it happen. The alternative is, well, it's easy. Do nothing. Anybody can do that. You want to pay those bills. You want to feel good about yourself. You want to be productive. You want to help others. You want to make an impact on your life. You want to impress your wife and kids. I don't know what you want to do. They need shoes. It's time to go, get up, get started, reinvent, restart, rebuild. That's what you're trying to do. And the trick is, in the course of this whole list of things, it's going to be do it. And Greg says, this coming Monday is his birthday. All right, Gregory. Here we go. Everybody sing happy birthday to Greg. Happy birthday, dear Greg. Happy birthday to you go. Happy birthday, Greg. So glad you were here. Glad you let us know. That is awesome. Anyway, now everyone, we talked about what you could do a week from today in the afternoon. It'd be 1:30 Eastern time. If you're interested, just come to go to this link right here. I'm going to leave it up on the screen, and I'm actually going to make it on the clickable here where you can actually see it. And you go to my Facebook channel. I will be putting this out on all the channels and give you an opportunity to join me in more conversation about this. We're not going to, if you can talk about your specific situation or not, or just listen, but I'm going to go into great detail. You'll also have some paperwork, some documents that you can have that'll have links on them and ideas to help get better. I'll be giving you referrals and ideas of people that could help you if you needed some technical and professional help with getting some of this stuff done. We'll just do it all. It'll be great. So let's go into comments here. And I'm going to put this link into comments. Bam. And that'll fire it up through the whole system there. So everybody can see this link. And you can see where it is right there. That's the link. And like I said, you'll be getting onto my profile on all these Facebook and LinkedIn in particular. You'll be able to find your way to this. Let's see, we got some other comments. It's Greg says, "You're welcome, Greg." And then Sharon says, "Happy birthday, Gregory." And Blake says, "Happy birthday, Gregory." There we go. That's great. Oh, it's a lot of fun. The Buyers and Sellers Show here is a place where we realize that we're all either buyers or sellers at one time or another, depending on the situation. And I'm just here to develop some of those ideas, work with you, give you thoughts and ideas that can be helpful. This class next Friday is a paid class that you can come to. And it's not going to be too much. And if you sign up in the next 3 days, there's a 20% discount. And we'll get online, we'll go, and you'll have some great access, and we can talk about some stuff. And I'm going to go through this whole idea of reinvent, restart, and rebuild now, and the very specific things you can do to get up and going. And I'm not just telling you what to do, I'm telling you what I've done, what works, and also going to, as part of this, give you specific places to go, things to do, links to click, and how-tos to get even better at it so you can be successful and get things going. The first step is do it. So come to the class a week from Friday, or watch this over and over and over again and take some notes and start doing this and let me know how it goes. Either way, it's going to be great. I love you. I'm so thankful to have you. It's so cool to get to be with you every single Friday morning. And now this was like number 85 or some huge number, well over a year, almost going to be 2 years here before we know it, in about a quarter. And I thank you so much for being a loyal watcher and supporter of the Buyers and Sellers Show. Here we go. I'll play us out. Well, I'm going to take a sentimental journey. I'm going to set your heart at ease. I'm going to make a sentimental journey to renew old memories. See you next week. Thanks for coming. Bye now.